Hi guys, how are you all doing? It's a girl CC. Welcome back to another episode of TikTok Tea with CC. I trust you guys had a beautiful, a wonderful, amazing time today. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. I am super excited to bring this topic to you guys today. Okay, let's just talk about parenting today. I saw this video obviously on TikTok. This man right here was saying that in his own opinion, he feels that boys are easier to raise than girls. Now, after posting this video, it went viral and people started stitching his video, sharing their stories, their experiences, which we are gonna see. So before I show you guys this video, I just want to ask a question. Do you think boys are easier to raise than girls? Now, I saw loads of stitches. People said that he is actually making sense. I'm gonna let the video roll. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's check this video out.
One of the biggest lies ever that I'm real tired of hearing is that it's easier to raise little boys than it is to raise little girls. And as somebody with a son and a daughter, I'm telling y'all right now, that is bullshit. And y'all need to stop saying that. The reason why y'all be having people who don't even have kids, y'all be having them thinking that it's easier to raise a little boy because y'all don't raise little boys. Y'all just watch them. Y'all don't teach them shit except for how to not be a girl. Y'all don't have no rules or no expectations for them at all. The only rules and expectations y'all be having is for y'all little girls. From the moment they infants and toddlers, you teaching them how to be a grown-ass woman. You teaching them what they can and can't say, how they should sit, how they should dress, how they should act. You teaching them essential skills they gonna need to be a grown adult woman. But y'all don't do that with y'all boys. That's why you think it's so easy. And I will say, I actually don't have no kids. I don't have a son or a daughter right now. I just didn't think people would watch the first part of this video unless I said that. But I am a teacher. Well, I was a teacher. And I know it's common knowledge that a female brain develops, I think, faster or earlier than a male brain. I'm not a scientist or a doctor or like an expert by any means, but I will go out on a limb and say, I'm pretty sure that has something to do with culture. I don't know though.
Now, I'm gonna say that he told no lies. Like, he is actually making sense. Now, like he said, it's like a cultural thing. Mothers do concentrate more on their girls, okay? They tend to teach them how to do domestic chores, how to cook, tidy up the house, be moral. And then the boys, oh, they are boys, they could just, go play football, sit down, watch telly, and not engage them, into helping out, in some chores. So I kind of think it is a cultural thing. Please note, I'm not saying that it applies to all parents. Now, there are some parents who are, also teaching their boys, to, help out in some domestic chores, tidy up the house, cook, wash plates. Okay. But trust me, I would say 70% concentrate more on their girls. So like I said, his video went viral and loads of people staged his video, which I have put them together. We are going to hear from them. And again, don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and of course, if you are enjoying my content, please do well and subscribe to this channel. Let's check the stitches out.
One of the biggest lies ever that I'm real tired of hearing is that it's easier to raise little boys than it is to.
He goes on in this video to say that the reason people say that is because they don't raise their boys, they just watch them. That people aren't actually teaching their sons anything except for how to not be a girl. And I 110% agree as someone with 3 daughters and 2 sons. My boys, when I get on to them, when I'm trying to explain things to them, hold on, let me back up. So when I'm trying to explain things to my daughters, like when I'm getting on to them or I'm explaining to them like why they can't do something or whatever, my daughters will argue back with me and they will like test the boundaries and they'll ask me questions and they'll challenge me on why I'm saying what I'm saying. When my boys will just agree with me and then go on about their business. if I let them. I don't let them though. And a lot of times they avoid eye contact with me also when I'm doing that. I'll tell you something right now. When my boys, when my girls get in trouble because they hurt their sibling, all they want to do is argue with me and tell me why they were right and why they deserved to be able to do that to their sibling. My boys, if I make them sit there and look me in my eyes while I'm talking to them and correcting them and explaining to them why you can't hurt someone else, they start crying almost every single time out of pure remorse and regret and like true compassion for another human being. But if I didn't force them to sit in front of me and to look me in my eyes and to listen to what I'm saying so that they can feel the other person's hurt and understand how the other person feels, they would never know because no one ever told them. My girls, on the other hand, I can tell them that and they will stand there and look me dead in my face like a stone cold killer, not caring whatsoever that they hurt another human being. It's not easier to raise boys than it is to raise girls. It is easier though if you're just watching them. If you're not pushing, because my boys will just, like my oldest son just wants to please me. He just wants me to be happy. He cannot stand to see me upset, sick, hurt, sad, anything. He hates it. It makes him very emotional. My girls, on the other hand, I can be literally doubled over in pain and they'll be like, I told you to get me a freaking juice, like out of the fridge. Like they don't care. They do not care at all. My boys are like, it's okay, Mom, I'll do it. Like, do you need my help? Like, I'm trying my absolute best to preserve them in their natural state in the way that they are at a young age, because I feel like that is what essentially is where they're supposed to be. I feel like my girls need to have that stone cold, not stone cold, but I feel like they need to have that like, oh well mentality in a sense, whereas my boys need to be a little bit more empathetic, because it seems that that's the way the world is going to be when they get older. And it seems that if they keep the same energy that they have now, they will be better humans. So if I wasn't taking the time to make my boys sit and really understand and hear me when I'm talking and like feel the emotions from their actions, they would never know them, because no one would have ever told them how to do that.
Y'all don't raise little boys. Y'all just watch them. Y'all don't teach them.
Oh my God. If you haven't watched this video, go watch it real quick. This is something that I've been saying for years. People rather have sons more than daughters because they think raising boys is easier than raising girls. Because they think that raising girls is too difficult because they don't want to raise a hoe or a girl that's out here having sex. But you're okay with your son being quote unquote a hoe and being out here having sex at a young age. Y'all don't raise y'all sons. Y'all just watch them grow. Y'all just watch them do whatever they want to do. But when it comes to girls, y'all become the Secret Service agents. You're up their ass 24/7, making sure they're not doing anything unethical or that they're not supposed to be doing. And this is a problem with so many people who aren't even parents and they think this way. Just don't have kids. Just don't have kids. It is actually a known fact that women tend to mature at a faster rate than men do. So me as a parent, I wholeheartedly would trust my 17-year-old daughter just a tiny bit more than my 17-year-old son. Because although at that age hormones are raging, I know my 17-year-old daughter has more mental capacity to think smarter than my 17-year-old son would. I know for a fact that I would have to watch my son just a tiny bit more than my daughter. And for the people that say they don't want daughters because they don't want their daughters to be having sex, who do you think your sons are having sex with? Someone's daughter. Misogyny goes so far and way back. Y'all let y'all sons run around and do whatever they want, but you have your daughter in 24-hour surveillance. When really, it should be the other way around.
Lies ever that I'm real tired of hearing is that it's easier to raise little boys than it is to raise little girls.
We're seeing the results of y'all not raising y'all sons. That's all I'm trying to say. Please raise your sons. You want to know why you should raise your sons? Because children in general, people in general, deserve love, deserve care, deserve attention, deserve safety, This is what y'all be forgetting about when y'all be talking about it's easier to raise a son than a daughter. Y'all don't be protecting y'all sons. And I got a problem. Because then they extend that and they harm other people. Do me a favor. Protect your sons. Love your sons. And do the same for your daughters. And if you have a little baby, you know, a little they them, do the same for them as well. That's all I'm asking. Please.
Biggest lies ever that I'm real tired of hearing is that it's easier to raise little boys than it is to raise little.
He was kidding about having both boys and girls as children, but I'm not. I actually am a parent of a boy and a girl. And it is not easier to raise boys than it is to raise girls. There may be different challenges or different expectations, but it is not easier by any means. With my son is a high achieving, athletic, funny, sensitive, sweet, articulate, bilingual, friendly teenage boy. He is also black and he has dreadlocks and he is tall and he has muscles and he lives in a white neighborhood. So yeah, it is definitely not easier to raise him. I have had to have very serious conversations with him. He is one of two boys, black boys in a friend group. And so I've had to educate him about certain ways he has to carry himself that his friends don't have to worry about. I've had to tell him, if you go into a store with your friends, make sure your hands are always visible. I've had to tell him, if you're going into a store and with your friends and you don't have money or your card on you, wait outside. Don't even go inside. If you are with a friend who decides to do something stupid, like let's say they decide to shoplift, you need to get out of there. Leave them. Don't even stick around. You know, I have different things that I worry about with my son than I worry about with my daughter. He is not going to be taught about how to get the soft life. He's going to be expected to give that to someone else. So I have to prepare him to be a whole man, not just me. Obviously I have the help of his dad and I have a wonderful extended family and support system, but I have to literally teach my 15-year-old son how to be a man. He knows how to cook, he knows how to clean, he knows how to do laundry, he works. We have a business and he goes to work with his dad and works, because he's going to have to learn how to put food on a table someday and take care of a family, and he has to learn that work ethic from now. It is absolutely not easy, and I agree when he said that some of us as parents don't actually raise sons. We just like watch them and just like kind of let them grow, let them go outside and roll around in dirt and wash them off and figure it out. But that's a disservice, especially to our black sons. I see so many unhealed, traumatized black men in my comments whenever I make a post that triggers them, and they attack me, and I know it's coming from a place of pain because they didn't get raised by a mom who read them bedtime stories and hugged them and validated their feelings and allowed them to cry if a girl broke their heart. And I think that as women, as mothers, we cannot assume that it's going to be easier to raise sons over daughters. It is absolutely not. All children need love and care and attention. When you're with your children, try your best to put your phone away and just really be present and listen to them and talk to them, boys and girls. Bye.
One of the biggest lies ever that I'm real tired of hearing is that it's easier to raise little boys than it is to.
Don't mind me because I'm at work. But that was nailed right on the nail in the coffin. Stop raising y'all girls and y'all boys differently. Start treating them the fucking same. That's why there be some slow ass fucking kids around here. It's because y'all never teach these little boys like they supposed to. These little boys and these little girls should be raised the same. You teach your daughter how to cook. Teach your son how to cook. Teach your daughter how to clean. Teach your son how to clean. Teach your son how to change the tire on the car. Teach your daughter how to change the tire in a car. You teach your son that he need to take the trash out. Teach your daughter the same thing. Now it's different when they get in a relationship. Sometimes somebody takes one, sometimes takes other. But y'all need to be teaching these kids the same. Stop treating them different. Treat them the same. Raise them the same. Raise them just as modest as you would raise the other one. Stop raising them differently, because that's what be wrong with them. When you come out, you try to figure out, why does my son not be as responsible as my daughter? Why is my son not as responsible as my daughter? Treat them the same. Raise them the same. Even if you feel like you be fucking up at parenthood, you're not really fucking up at parenthood. You're just being a fucking perfect. Everyone makes motherfucking mistakes. It's like not the hardest thing. But start treating your kids the same, no matter what gender they are. They should be each learning things. Now, you can definitely play into the strengths that they have. That's not a problem. Your son may not be able to boil a pot of water, but your daughter also may not be able to boil a pot of water neither. Teach them the basic necessities the same. Yes, there is difference. I might teach my daughter how to defend herself in certain situations a bit different than my son would be, because she is a woman and we live in the day and age that we are. But the same way, if I teach my daughter how to communicate no means no, I want to teach my son what no means no is. And also, in this day and age, you're going to teach them both, because you don't want anything to happen. You need to be able to have your kid be a universal learning. There's certain things are not gender based. Certain things are people based, human based. When people get that, they start realizing these kids will be a lot better than what it is. My daughter right now, she runs around here like a little boy, and I treat her like a little kid. I don't treat her like a little girl. Now, I may baby her a little bit, whatever, because she's my only child. But I also treat my child in making sure that she understands everything and not just one thing. Like when she gets older, she's gonna, before you get a car, baby, we're gonna learn how to change this oil. And daddy don't know how to change this oil, but you're gonna learn how to change this oil or something, or understand the same importance that you learning now. Like that's just raise your kids. Period. Oh shit, I didn't turn this switch off.
Y'all don't teach them shit except for how to not be a girl. Y'all don't have no rules or no expectations.
I have this theory that the reason that there's such a crisis with masculinity right now and men not knowing who they are or whatever is because for the longest time, masculinity was just defined as whatever femininity is not. And so if all you know is that you're not supposed to be a woman, what does that mean when women themselves start to change? When women couldn't have their own bank accounts and they couldn't get education and they couldn't get jobs, yeah, it was really easy to define what a man was, because a man was everyone who could get an education and make money and open their own bank accounts. But now women are just as educated, if not more, just as rich, if not more, just as free, if not more. So what does that mean for men? If masculinity is the absence of femininity, but femininity is everything, then masculinity is nothing. And I just think that it's really hard to build a good life when your identity is rooted in a negative. You cannot be the absence of something.
Wow. Okay, let's just talk about this. Before I go further, I took some screenshots of comments from his comment section so you guys can see what other people said about this video. Now, beside me are some of these comments. Please pause to read if you want to. Now, I know about this family. This woman is having a tough time, not really from her husband, but from her son. Now, when her son was a little boy, I would say, she was just watching him grow. Now, I'm saying this because we had a conversation. We had this conversation last year. Now, after seeing this video, I remembered the conversation I had with that woman. Her son is really giving her a tough time. He doesn't listen to his mother. He does what he likes. Like, it's just crazy as parents when your kids don't listen to you. And that is exactly what this woman is going through. Now, when they were little, she paid more attention to her girl. She has a boy and a girl. So she paid more attention to the girl, and then she just watched the boy grow. Now he is grown. He's like 17. He can't like take, listen to his mother. He goes out, comes back days, and there's always fight. Okay. And she is losing it. She is losing it. So this is a thing. And I think as parents, we we need to do more. Okay, let me know your take in the comment section. What do you guys think about this topic? Like I said, I find this very interesting, and I'm happy that we are talking about this today. I would love to read from you. Let me know your take in the comments, and thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe, and of course come back for more interesting video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, I'm gonna see you all in my next one. Y'all take care. Bye.